when protest turned to rage on January 6th. And the world watched as scores of citizens plundered through the halls and offices of the Capitol. The threat for many who work there didn't stop.
Both Democrats and Republicans have seen a significant increase in death threats coming into their offices, and those threats are being fielded by congressional staff.
Brad Fitch is CEO of a nonpartisan nonprofit called Congressional Management Foundation. They work with constituents to build better knowledge and relationships with congressional offices.
We're coming for you!
But after learning at a hearing that death threats at the Capitol actually doubled following the 6th, Fitch thought to write his concerns directly to the public, publishing an op-ed in the Star Tribune this week.
We knew that these threats and these calls and these emails aren't being fielded by members of Congress. They don't answer their own phones. These are being fielded by staff, often in their own homes because everybody's working remotely. So we knew this had been taking a toll on congressional staff, and we wanted to raise awareness. Often, they may be the most young people in the staff because those are the people that answer the phones. It's the 23-year-old right out of college who has minimal training on how to deal with erratic, angry, racist, terrible language that's coming in over these phone lines.
His organization took a survey among a sample of congressional staffers a few weeks ago, asking if they had received insults or threatening messages recently. More than 3/4 said yes. Fitch suggests these two changes at the Capitol. First, have someone on deck in congressional offices so if your casual death threat to the staffer, their family, or their boss occurs, they can have a small break before writing, say, a memo. And second, switch to recorded messages for a bit. This way, calls can be returned and threats can be documented.
What would you like to say to Minnesota constituents on either side of the aisle or wherever they stand politically about how they communicate with their Congress members?
I would say this. We recognize that everyone has a First Amendment right to petition their government for redress of grievances. That's in the First Amendment. You have free speech. You have the ability to do that. Yelling racist invectives at an intern answering the phone really doesn't fall into that Madisonian category that we envisioned when we created the First Amendment. It's just not necessary. It's also not very effective. You might feel good at the end, but if you do lodge a death threat with a member of Congress, know that it's going to be investigated and that it is a crime.
So if the temperature of Congress doesn't change, how do we expect the temperature of the angry citizens to change? Well, Fitch got that question, and he says he hopes the rhetoric is going to cool down over the next year, or let's just start by next week. And this, again, he hopes will lead to more productive calls to representatives because that helps everyone.